This is a very challenging time for a whole world, and not only because of persisting pandemic and virus that is being transmitted for longer than 1 year now, but also because of impact that situation poses on mental, emotional, and physical levels. People feel mental discomfort, depression, fear, anger, and so many other different emotions. Some are concerned about their health, some about their freedom, some about their financial security. Whatever is fear bringing up, it is stirring inner debris that was built up over years and decades at times. This fear triggers personal issues, and in order to cope with this, out of conditioning, people are turning outside to find the reasons for their discomforts. They start blaming others. They blame family, partner, person next door, governments, presidents, nations, and races. And this happens also at the level that is more influential. At times of digitalization in which we live, even small voices are heard, while words spoken by people who are kings and queens of the social media, who are ruling the cinematography sky, whose voice resonates in ether, or who are sitting on the seats of a state president, have even more impact on the global communities. When people that take prominent places use language that blame, accuses, or shame others, language that does not show respect, they give a sign to everyone else that this way of communication and behavior is right. That empowers ordinary people even more to freely pull out all what concerns them and what is triggered by their personal fear. And that is often manifested in words and actions against nations, religious groups, races, like a recent event in USA show. People are largely misinterpreting what freedom of speech means. They claim right to say everything what pops up within their own emotional and mental space. This is like throwing garbage directly on the street through the windows. This was and is done still in some countries, but we learned with the time that living in close and respectful togetherness means also packing own garbage neatly in a bags and containers ready for it. The same is with the speech. All thoughts, emotions, mental discomfort is just a waste of our own mind, and as such should not be thrown carelessly in the face of others. People mostly blame others for their own suffering, but even though others may contribute to a situation that cause suffering, suffering itself is explicitly growing within us. It is our own reaction, our own state, and so our own responsibility. In situations like this pandemic, in which global garbage production is stimulated, it is of essential importance to turn inside and observe what is in. People should lower waste production, their own personal, or bring it in a form that doesn't pollute others. And they definitely should not throw it simply through their own personal windows. It is essential to stop blaming others and calling them names. It is important to show respect and care because everyone has the same problems to get through. Some more, some less, but everyone experiences fear and uncertainty now. So long as one bound to a physical form, this is part of it. It is important to understand that the only reason why someone attacks other people with words or action, regardless if triggered by skin pigmentation, language one speaks, borders behind one lives. It is because of personal problems, personal insecurities, personal emotions or perceptions. It is because of themselves and not because of the one they are attacking. It is important more than ever to open hearts and show compassion for others and for oneself. Compassion is egoless. And when people are ruled by ego, they are unable to feel love and compassion even toward themselves, toward their inner nature. This is why the ego is strengthened and moves people toward irritation and hate. For that reason, it is important to understand that this is time for humanity to learn how to grow beyond ego. And this is only possible with kindness, compassion, wisdom, and patience until these other traits, human traits, are fully established. Particularly people who keep prominent positions need to weigh their words and their action. The position they have carries with it also high responsibility. So, to quote Rumi and to adjust it a bit, before you speak or act, let your words and action pass through 3 gates. When you come to the first gate, ask yourself, is it true? At the second gate, ask yourself, is it necessary? And finally, at the third gate, ask, is it kind? But make sure that you recognize guards that guard these gates. At the first gate, your conditioned mind will blur your perception and make you believe in the truthfulness of your words or behind your action. Your fear will transform your words and action into armor at the second gate and make you believe that it is necessary. And your ego, that always floats in megalomania, will convince you about your kindness when you approach the third gate. So before you speak or act against someone, make sure that you recognize your true enemies, your conditioning, your fear, and your ego.